Manchester United are in Wonderland themselves after that scintillating...
Really turning on the afterburners in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. I think United played very differently. Other occasions, I think they tried to press us, and I think they did it pretty well in the first half. So we had a little bit more difficulties, I think, to get the ball around. But I think in the second half we found more opportunities to create chances, to have more spaces, and I think second half we did really well.
Yeah, what was that first for you? Because Manchester City had an overload on the left-hand side.
No, to be fair, I think I've touched like 4 balls in half an hour. Was on the left, but in my head I was like, I had to stay focused. At one point the ball will come and we have to make the difference. But I think half was pretty good. They took us on the counter, and second half we were more with the ball, more patient, more control, and we made the difference.
Help you, Kevin, finding the spot
in the good way, and you know, we always play the game that we need to play. Obviously sometimes we don't get the result, and that happens, but we always play our football and we fight for it, and that's what we're going to do until the end of the season.
Thank you, guys. Well done today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a big win for them, isn't it? And let's start there, Mike. Just how important was that for City today in the circumstances, with Liverpool beginning to build that pressure?
Yeah, he has to be under pressure, and I don't think these players feel the pressure. That's why they're the players that they are. Obviously, they know the quality of Liverpool, but they've turned up today and done the business. It was men versus boys in that second half. I give praise to Man United at half-time. I thought they did well up to that point. But in the second half, they just took the game to a different level. And Kevin De Bruyne, when he's playing like that, he's one of the, well, if not the best midfielder in the league.
Roy, how would you sum up that second half?
I think the worst thing you could say about United, I think Gary mentioned it, they did give up. I think for a player in any game to give up, it's unforgivable, really. I think the second half, we saw it, the beauty of it, top-level sport. There's no hiding place. You know, there's no hiding place. I know United have done well here the last couple of years. We saw all the United shortcomings today. We saw, obviously, Man City being very good the second half. There's ways to lose football matches. We've all lost football matches, but the way United lost it today, they stopped running, they gave up. There was players out there putting performances. The players not running back. That's what I don't understand. And the manager will be criticising the tactics, but players not running back while you're playing for Man United, it's really unacceptable. It really is. I think they threw the towel in, which is shameful.
You think it was more about commitment and character than it was about quality, which is a very different thing.
A bit of everything, yeah. It's hard when you're out there and you're up against a really good team and they're obviously keeping the ball and you can't get it back. But I go back to it. We'll see some of the goals, but you got to run back. You got to tackle. United players have shown quality over the years, but we've just seen a reflection where the team is and where the club is. It's just so far behind the other teams, but some of the players, there's ways to lose football matches, but the way we saw Man United today, what did you say when you play them? You still play with your own bit of pride. Whatever's going on in the dressing room, and we hear noises all the time, or we hear about problems, obviously, with the new manager maybe coming in and recruitment. But your own bit of pride eventually has to kick in at some stage. And there was players there, and we're watching it live, and I'm looking at them, and I'm getting really frustrated watching it, because I'll forgive mistakes, but you got to run back. There was players, I'm after writing down 5 or 6 players, I think you should never play for Man United again. Just shameful that you can't run back, and you can't put your body on the line, and forgive the lack of quality against Man City in the second half, because Man City are excellent. They've been excellent for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Fantastic team. That's why they're the champions. But Man United, a derby match today, the subs coming on, you're hoping they'll have an impact. They're not prepared to run around. A couple of lads in midfield, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Maguire, Rashford came on. I could go on. Give up 4 goals. And City weren't even at their very best. City didn't have to be at their best. I thought City had another couple of years to go. I think they just toyed with them, a bit like the game at Old Trafford. Just, yeah, the old sayings, men v boys. They gave up, and shame on them.
Mike has enjoyed it.
I was trying to hold it in. I mean, honestly, what he said is complete. Why don't you go take over the job? Honestly, you can do a better job than what they're doing down there. In fairness,
don't we have to talk about just how good Manchester
There's a
City
massive
were?
gulf.
There is a big
There's
gulf
a
in
massive
quality,
gulf
isn't there?
between the two sides. What Man City have done over this last 10 years, whatever it is they've created a team. They've created a team. They've thought about signings. With Manchester United, they've thrown together a team and just hope it's going to work. Let's throw 50 million at a right back, Wan-Bissaka. No improvement since he's been there. The other full-back, no improvement. The two centre-backs, they can't find a pair. In midfield, not good enough. Going forward, they play with Pogba and up front,
Bruno.
Bruno Fernandes. Doesn't work. Sancho, £75 million. But there's just, not having to go as players, but just as a team, it's not working. This takes time. It takes the right culture. And right now, Manchester United are a million miles off. And whoever the next manager comes in is going to need so much time. They're going to need so many things to go through. Now, I'm putting purely my Liverpool head on right now. If I was Jurgen Klopp watching that second half, hoping for something from Man United, get me a draw, you'd be fuming. Liverpool players, we're looking at saying they didn't even try a leg for us second half there. That was such a disappointing performance because Michael said at half-time, they did OK first half, but second half, no idea of how to play, and they gave up. Rashford came on, didn't try to run around. Come on, make a point.
But can anyone live with Manchester City when they're in that kind of form in the second half? Something changed, didn't it, at half-time, Mike?
They just upped the tempo. I mean, you had to give credit to Man U, like we did, but this Man City team are relentless. I mean, you asked me what, the quality of Man City turn up today. If they turn up, they'll win the game. They're a better team than Man United. It's that simple. Tactically, they run more. And they've got a better manager who's not.
I've no problems with Man United losing football matches. Every team loses, but there's a way to lose. And the way they lost that today, Man United's history's always been built on. We talk about quality players. Of course, you need quality playing for Man. But you need character. You need personality. When you are up against it, as soon as the third goal, it was game over. You didn't. It's like we were here. I feel like we've been here for 2 weeks. You're watching the game. United were never going to get back into it. They threw the towel in, the white flag came up and it was like, the game's over, which is unbelievable.
We've seen the stats before. Man United have spent £1.2 billion in the last 10 years. And this is what they've got to show. All right, last season they finished second. Missed out on a couple of semi-finals, lost in the final, Europa League. But is this all they've got to offer? There needs to be more than... It's more than just...
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, but it is, yeah.
A group of players thrown together. No idea, no structure.
But it's sad to see.
But we heard about the Ronaldo stuff before the game. All that worries me. This idea, and the manager again being thrown under the bus, and he's getting interviewed before the game, and his hip flexor and all. I didn't quite make. There's something going on in the background with the club, with the team, with the players. There's something really amiss, and we've been saying this for months now. And again, there's no hiding place against a really good team. And again, we saw all Man United shortcomings today, and it's hard to watch.
We will pick up on that, and we will hopefully hear from Ralph Rangnick shortly as well. But let's pick up with the first goal they conceded today. We talked about the quality